Good morning, YouTube. It's been a while, yes, but we are back. Little boy. Welcome back. Welcome to today's video, guys. What's wrong? Anyway, I've received quite some requests about some friends asking me how expensive is Riyadh, so I thought I would just basically make a video to show you guys how actually expensive is Riyadh. So I'll be taking you guys with me during the whole day, what I purchase, or I'm not going to underconsume or overconsume. I'll keep it as realistic as I can. I'll keep it like what I usually buy in a day, whether in terms of, I don't know, coffee, in terms of food. So I'll try to keep it real on that. I will split the cost of within a day between what I call the fixed cost. All right, here I'm talking costs that are related to me being here, if I may say, that are basically fixed, of course. So I'm talking rent, gas, utilities, and so on. All right, so those will be the fixed costs that I will translate in what it represents in a day. Okay, and then there will be the second category of costs, which are the expenses. All right, the daily expenses here, food, coffee, and so on. Okay, I will bring you guys along of what I consume in a regular day. So keep in mind that today is a work from home day. Okay, meaning that when I go to the office, obviously I would naturally consume more, as I will naturally eat more outside. But I will maybe do another video of how much do I consume, but office edition as well. We'll see. But yeah, so yeah, guys, I will bring you along of the reality of how expensive is Riyadh from a simple guy who just lives simply. Now we are going for some steps, and after that we are getting some coffee, and we'll start with that for the first expense. I'm actually completely unprepared. All right, I haven't written down anything, so I have actually no idea how much I spend in a day, so it's going to be a surprise for me as well. And also, disclaimer, of course, your expenses will heavily depend on where you live, on how much money you're making, and so on, since inevitably the more money you're gonna make, the more you're gonna spend. Even though, yes, of course, you'll be able to save more, but that's natural. That more you make, the more likely it is that you have big expenses, I would say. So yeah, keep that in mind. Let's start a day and bring you along on how expensive a day in Riyadh is. Let's go. Hey guys, we are here doing our steps. A few points I forgot to mention earlier today is that during today's video I'll be talking in SAR. All right, the currency I'll be referring to will be the SAR, because basically that's the currency I'll be spending my money. And I'm going also to put somewhere on the screen the conversion in euro, because that's the currency that makes most sense to me, since I've been used only to that currency. I will every time convert here from SAR to euro. All right, we are 45 minutes in, almost done. I do 1 hour a day every day. It's very hot today, not gonna lie. I love it, guys. 28 years in Belgium in a sad gray weather. Trust me, I don't mind at all. Some sun and some heat for once. Quick view of the view, or whatever can be seen, of the Al Yasmin district. Now we are heading to the coffee. Let's go. So you guys can actually see how expensive coffee is here. Hey guys, we are now here at the coffee place. So on average, I would say that I buy 1 to 2 coffees outside a day. All right. So today for that Freddo espresso here, I paid 17 SAR. Obviously, the prices of my usual coffee order depends heavily on the location, on the neighborhoods, on on the coffee chains as well. Let's say here that it can range between, I would say, 10 to 25 for a nice Americano, depending again on which location you are. So, but for the sake of today's video, let's take an average coffee price of 15 SAR. I think it's pretty much realistic to take that figure into account when considering that I purchase 1.5 coffee a day outside. Like I said, 1 to 2 coffees, let's say 1.5. The average price of a coffee of my usual coffee order being at 15. So the good figure here would be to say 22.5, but for the sake of the video and the sake of the computation, let's say 25 SAR a day in terms of coffee expenditure for me, since every time I like either here or on average I always end up paying 17, 14 and so on. So I think the best number here to take into account will be 25. So yeah, that's my daily coffee expenditure, 25 SAR. For my fellow friend in euros, I'll every time put the conversion somewhere on the screen. But roughly you should always like divide by 4.2 to have a rough approximation of how much it means. So if we can do it quickly, 25 divided by, let's say 4, okay, 6. So yeah, I usually spend €6 a day on coffee. Obviously, guys, for today's video, this is average, all right? Some days I truly don't buy any coffee outside, all right? Because I'm here either happy with the coffee I make at home or I don't feel the need to, okay? But some other days I will I will buy 3 coffee a day, all right? So we're just averaging things for the sake of the video and for the sake of the computation here, all right, guys? So yeah, first expense of the day, coffee. We are enjoying this coffee, and then after that we are going to head home and cook breakfast, and then I'll break down my groceries. Hey guys, we are back in the kitchen. So instead of just oh yeah, that's Coco. Excuse me, mister, can I help you? Anyway, instead of just recording face camera type clip, I thought I'll just film myself and explain to you my groceries expenditure in a week, okay? So I've looked at the past few grocery bills, and on average, again guys, it depends heavily on how many time I'm eating out, it depends on how many time I'm cooking and so on, but I'm spending roughly 700 SAR a week in terms of groceries. I'm not sure if that's a lot of money or not, but keep in mind, I'm a big guy, I eat quite a lot. So yeah, that being said, we could approximate my daily food expenditure from groceries to 100 SAR a day, which seem okay, like pretty much realistic. You have to keep in mind, I will usually eat 1 meal a day outside, all right? That doesn't mean I'm going to the restaurant every day, no. That just means that on average, let's say 5 times a week, I will either order a meal outside or eat outside. So yeah, obviously, the more often I eat outside, the less I'm going to cook and the less my weekly groceries expenditure are going to be expensive. So I would usually cook my breakfast and my pre-workout home, and then I would usually eat my post-workout outside. Or, I mean, when I mean eat outside, I would just order, all right? But we'll come to that part later anyway. Anyway, I'll go back to cooking breakfast. I'll show you what I'm having for breakfast. Fridge is filled with frozen yogurt, eggs. Actually, I can show you. All right, so that's my fridge. Here, that's pretty much normal stuff. So we've got protein yogurt, we've got vegetables, So carrot, cucumber, tomatoes. We've got more yogurt. We've got some ham and cheese. Okay, and a shitload of fruit. So that's, and here we've just got some beverage, like zero sugar beverage and milk and some protein shakes. Okay, so that's, I would say, what cost me 700 SAR a week. Just those basic stuff, all right? There is no, oh yeah, there's also some frozen chicken in the freezer, but that's it, okay? Compared to how much I was spending in Belgium, I would say it's cheaper here, but again, I was not eating out that often in Belgium as I'm here or ordering. Also in Belgium, when I do groceries, I used to buy very expensive red meat, okay, which I don't do here. Here, if I have to eat red meat, I would usually just eat it outside because I just prefer it this way. Also, if you're wondering why I'm actually having one meal a day outside, is because it's just so convenient, guys. Here, the healthy options are just unlimited. There is hundreds of places where you can just build your own meal. So have your carbs, your protein, your fat, your veggies by weight and so on. So yeah, and price-wise is relatively cheap. So that's why I am having one meal a day, just for convenience, and because obviously it's also very yummy. So that's the reason why I'm having this consumer behavior change. Because in Belgium I was I was actually never ordering. I would eat outside, but that will be like in good restaurants. That's will be my activity, but that was quite rare, I would say. That's the reason why I'm having one meal a day outside, just for convenience and for practicality, I would say. Okay guys, I'll show you what I'm actually usually having for breakfast almost every day. So we got 5 egg whites and 2 whole eggs. We've got 2 beef strip slices. We've got mixed vegetable salads, and on top of that I'm going to have this all of this Brita high protein bread. So yeah, that's usually my breakfast 6 to 7 times a week, if not almost every day. Mr. Coco, can I please sit at the table? Would you mind? His Highness, would you mind letting me the seat? Please, I need to eat, Coco. Thank you, mister. No. Yeah, he loves that beef. Mister Coco. Hey guys, for the second category of expenses, which are the fixed costs. So here I mean costs related of me being here that should be taken into account when computing obviously how much living in a day in Riyadh would cost. So my rent here is 62,000 a year, SAR, all right. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in Al Yasmin. So it's pretty okay. Oh yeah, also it's fully furnished. So don't you dare judge me on the furniture tastes, all right? I didn't choose this, I just got it how it was. On top of that, I paid 2,000 SAR for water and common electricity because I live in an apartment here with multiple floors, and so we pay for the elevator, the corridor electricity and so on. When taking everything into account, that's 64 a year. When we divide 64 divided by 12, that's 5,300, and so per day it's roughly 178, so let's round it to 180. So my rent and my water bill here cost me a day 180 SAR. For the electricity bill varies, but now we are in summer and I am running on the 4 AC in every room on every day, non-stop. Why? Because Coco here doesn't support quite well the heat. So even when I'm not home, I leave all the AC open so it feels fresh wherever it is in every room. I would say that on a month, in average, I would pay 300 SAR a month. So that means that electricity costs me 10 SAR a day, okay? So to sum up, for the second category of costs, which are the fixed costs, In as the first one, we've got the rent, 180, the rent and the water, like I said. We've got the electricity, which is 10, so total 190. I think I will round this to 200 because, like I said, I'm new here, so the previous electricity bill are not really realistic of how much I'm going to consume in the future, since for the past month I was actually not even here. I was on vacation and I was moving a lot. So I think it's safe to say that in terms of rent and utility bill, I pay 200 SAR a day. Also, guys, another cost I'm not taking into account is internet at home and internet on the phone. I pay roughly 450 SAR a month for both combined. So I have fiber at home and I have like 40 gig on my phone. I'm not taking this cost into account because work is actually paying for that expenses. Hey guys, quick view of the pre-workout just to give you an idea of what's included in the 100 SAR of grocery a day. So we had a breakfast and now we're having the pre-workout, which consists of a plate of fruits. I usually also have blueberry on top of those, but I ran out of blueberries. I'm having 3 of those, so that's 15 grams of protein. So usually I have, here is the red fruits, the natural, and I'm going to have this one, maybe not, maybe it depends, because I feel still quite full from breakfast, but anyway. And we've got some BB, which is this one, peanut butter powder, and a bit of dark chocolate as well, like roughly 15, 20 grams, which is still a lot, but anyway. So yeah, that's the second part of what's included in the 100 SAR a day of groceries. Hey guys, welcome back. Jumping back to the second category of fixed cost that I have, that's the car, all right? A few words. So I purchased, that's a second-hand car, okay? I purchased this car, 36,000 SARs. It's a GAC Model 3. Obviously, I'm not sure how long I'll keep this car here, so trying to put a daily rate to the price will be very hard because I don't know the depreciation amount, since I don't know the time I'll be using this car. So we're going to exclude the price of the car. However, what we can take into consideration is one, the insurance, all right, because I pay a yearly fee. So I paid for this car 2,000 SAR, which is a lot, I'm not gonna lie, compared to what I've heard other people are paying. But I guess the insurance company, I took literally the cheapest one, okay? The insurance company told me it's because they don't have any record of my previous drivings and so on. So, okay, anyway. So that's 2,000 SAR. That means that for a month is like roughly 166.66, I think, maybe. And so for a day, it's going to be like roughly 5.5 or something like this. So yeah, 5 SAR in terms of insurance for driving the car. And for the gas, I usually pay between 90 and 100 for a full tank SAR, and I last with that tank roughly 1 week, more or less, sometimes more, sometimes less. Let's say I last with the tank 1 week, so that's 95. So 95 divided by 7 will be roughly 13, 14, something like this. We add on top of that the 5 SAR from the insurance, so that's 18, 19 SAR. So yeah, to sum up, the car in Riyadh, to drive it, cost me roughly, let's round it to 20 SAR, which is not that cheap, but still okay, I would say. And also, one last thing, I usually drive on average here 1 hour a day, okay? Hey guys, we are now at the gym and let's break down the gym costs. So the yearly membership here is 7,500 a year, so 7,500. So I decided to pay the full year because it was cheaper. It's always cheaper. Usually here you always pay everything yearly. My rent I paid yearly. My membership here I paid yearly. As a matter of fact, the membership was like 9,000 SAR a year, but because they had just opened, they had like still a promotion going on. So I paid like 7,500 one time. That means that in a day it's roughly 20 SAR a day. So that's how much the gym costs me a day. And for you who may say that it's expensive, yes, I agree, it is expensive. However, a low-cost gym membership here. I will speak in euro quickly because I remember those figures in euro. But like pure gym, a monthly membership costs like 40 euro a month, right? And here in euros, I'm paying 140 a month. Considering everything that this gym has, I'm talking sauna, pool, coffee shop, barber shop, laundry service, 24 hour, the best equipment you can ever think of. To me, I've said it multiple times, that's the best gym in the world. I know it's a big statement, but trust me, I stand with it. I'm a guy who has tried all the best gyms in the world, so let me tell you, that's the best gym I've ever experienced. So all this to say that when taking into account all the amenities and what the gym provides, trust me, it's cheap. A premium gym with basic amenities and with the worst quality equipment machine costs a month 240. So paying here 140, to me, it's perfectly reasonable. So if you think logically, a low-cost gym will cost me 40 euro, which is roughly 170 SAR, all right? While here a monthly membership gym will cost me 140. So paying an addition of 100 euro a month, which is for the Saudi people 420 SAR, is perfectly fine. Because if, let's say, I want to go to the sauna or to the pool or whatever, I'm going to pay, let's say, one day, one pass to the spa, all right? Of course, to the spa, you have got massage and all that, but I would spend in one day the difference between a monthly membership here and a local gym. You get me? So if you do the math, that this gym is not that expensive, right? So yeah, just quickly wanted to mention that point.
I'm sorry, man. Did you ask half mango, half pina colada?
Yes.
Ah, the same, please. Thank you so much.
Yes, very nice.
I didn't know it was possible. Thank you.
It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. My card, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
After the training, I would usually get those protein slush type thing. I saw today a guy just ordered, I usually go for the mango, but he ordered the pina colada and mango. I was like, oh yeah, let's try that. I usually am having those, I would say on average 4 times a week. Yeah, I think it's a good benchmark. One costs 25 SAR, so let's assume 4 times a week. That means total weekly expense of protein post-workout mango slush of 100 SAR divided by 7. That's approximately 14 periods. So let's say 15, right? So mango slush budget for a day, over a week, of course, 15 SAR a day.
Coco? Coco? Hey guys, back in the kitchen. Let's just have a face-to-face conversation. So like I said earlier, I am usually most of the time, let's say 80% of the time, eating one meal a day outside, either ordering or just grabbing it at the place. Today, what we've got is, so we've got 150 grams of lemon chicken and then 100 grams of biryani rice. The rice is for tomorrow, I'm not going to have it right now, just order, so it's here. We have my favorite on that place. It's called, it's the 150 gram pesto pasta and 150 gram chicken meatballs, which are very delicious. And then we've got 100 gram of potato wedges and 100 gram of chili chicken. I'm going to have everything except the rice. The rice is for tomorrow. And how much does it cost? Well, 85 cents, alright? That's how much everything here cost me. By the way, it's healthy nook for today. The healthy options, guys, are just endless, and it's a big problem because I want to eat out every day, multiple times a day. It's frustrating. I want to try everything. All right. So, like I said, that was 85 for this meal. If you remove the rice, 6 are so 80, and usually I'm always around 80, like on average. Okay, sometimes I'm around 60, sometimes I'm around 100 when I feel a bit more hungry. But if we had to give an average benchmark slash figure for my one daily meal being consumed without cooking, I would say 80 SAR. So that's the final number. Yeah, like I said, I'm not eating out every day, but realistically, I am doing this at least 5 times a week. Another thing, obviously, when I'm eating outside at the restaurants, for today it was only 80 SAR, but I usually go, when I go eat and sit and have like a proper dining experience, is always above 200 SAR. Because usually when I go out is when I want to have red meat, and red meat will usually be expensive, obviously, so that's why I'm always above 200. Oh, I almost forgot. I was a bit naughty with dessert, if I may say. I mean, not really, it's still healthy. But I order like in bulk because it's always out of stock. What we've got, I'm not going to show you how many of those I've ordered, but that's what I got. Look, it's not exceptional taste-wise, guys, I'm gonna be honest, but it does an absolute excellent job. It's a protein ice cream, in case. It's like vanilla flavor. When you have sweet cravings, it's perfect. So I have like a couple of those, 6. Guys, it was not out of stock. I was like, let's go, it's time to order. And I actually, oh, excuse me, mister, I would have ordered more, but they put my limit to 6. And oh, that's the price. It's 5 SAR. It was on sales. Usually it's 7. So yes, yeah. Macros: 16 grams for the whole pint and roughly 280 calories, which is so 16 times 4, which is 64. I mean, 64 out of 280 calories is not the best ratio, protein calorie wise, but it's alright. So I've got 6 of those, and then on top of that, I've also ordered that one, which is also very good, to be honest. Again, it's not a Ben and Jerry, but when you have sugar cravings, it's very good. Macro wise, this one is quite better. So for 100 gram, we've got 15 gram of protein, which is not bad. Carbs 22, again, fat 6. So yeah, 6 fat, 22 carbs, 14 prot. Honestly, guys, to me it doesn't sound bad. Yeah, it's not the best texture, but it's good. It's good as long as it fits the macro. Okay, that was it for the little meal exploration. I'll see you guys either later when I'm gonna do the whole sum of everything, or tomorrow. I think I'll do that tomorrow. It makes more sense, so I can just compile everything and have a clear idea. Let's enjoy this meal now, and I'll see you guys later. Coco, would you like to say something to the camera, Coco? Mister? You want to say something? Oh. Huh? Coco?
Hey guys, we are now the next day with my personal and private accountant right here. He's supervising all the numbers. And yes, sir, can I help you? Oh, mister, sorry. There we go. So I was saying, we have run the number, we have went through everything that was discussed yesterday. And let's just do a summary of everything, okay? So, a quick reminder what I call category fixed cost and what I call category expenses. So basically in the fixed cost, I'm going to gather everything that is related of me being here. Those are fixed costs I wouldn't be paying if I was not here, okay? Obviously that includes the rent, I mentioned the utility bills, electricity, water. Also, I have decided to put the car and the expenses related to the car, such as the insurance and the gas, in this fixed cost because in Belgium I don't use a car, guys. I just use my bike, and so I wouldn't be paying for gas either. So that's why without a car here, you cannot do anything. You are basically doomed. It's impossible to survive without a car. So I have put the car in this category of fixed costs. You might consider that no, it belongs to the expenses because you can have a choice not to have a car, but no, you must have a car here. It's an absolute must. As mentioned, I didn't include internet either at home or on my phone because work takes care of that. For the health insurance, same, work is taking care of that, so I'm not paying anything. And obviously I'm not including any personal private memberships such as Spotify, Netflix, and so on, because those will still exist regardless of me being in Riyadh or not, all right? Quick summary. So for the category 1 fixed cost, we've got the rent and the water, which comes in one. We said it was 64 a year, and so we just rounded up to 180 SAR a day. Okay, so that's for the rent and the water. The electricity bill, we say yesterday 300 SAR a month, and so roughly 10 a day. Okay. And then for the car insurance and the gas, we have a total of 20 SAR a day, 15 being the daily gas expense and 5 being from the insurance. Now jumping into the daily expenses, we've got the coffee. So we said yesterday it was 25 SAR a day. Groceries and food in general that I'm cooking here at home, we have a total of 100 SAR a day. For the post-workout protein shake that I'm like obviously averaging within a week and then computing for a day, we have a total of 15 SAR a day. The eating out part / ordering, it was 80 SAR. The gym membership, we have a total of 20 SAR. So for the first category, rent and utility bills, car insurance, and car gas, we have a total of 220 SAR a day. All right, guys, which is roughly, depending on the conversion rate you guys are taking it right, but roughly 50 euro a day for fixed cost. Okay, in a month that translates into 6,600 SAR, and in euro that's a total of 1,500 euro for fixed cost here. Okay. For the second category, guys, we have a total of 240 SAR, okay? That translates into roughly 55 euros a day of me consuming. And in a month, that is 7,200 SAR. And in euro, that translates into 1,650 euros. If you add up both now categories, so category 2, the expenses, and category 1, the fixed cost, we have a total in SAR or 460, okay, and a total in euro of 105 euro. Again, I have rounded up things during the day, obviously, so a fair number would be to consider here, I think, 440 SAR a day, or 100 euros a day. That's a lot of money, I agree. But like I said, half of it is my fixed cost and the rest of it is basically food, guys. I put a high priority to health and to my body, so I would rather be spending this amount or even more if necessary to me being healthy and me eating high quality food rather than on other things. Everyone has different priority, guys. People will just like to spending on I don't know, buying clothes or going out. That's for me where I want to prioritize my money, which is my health and which is the food I am consuming. I don't have crazy shopping habits or so on. Like you saw my day yesterday, it's just a random regular day, and that's how 80-90% of my day looks like. Obviously, I will repeat this again, but when I'm going out, it's not like this every day. Sometimes I'm spending less. However, sometimes I'm spending more. At the end of the day, it evens up, okay? Of course, it can be improved. I don't have to eat out. I don't have to order food once a day. I could go to one coffee a day and so on. But at the end of the day, guys, I think it's important to enjoy life, right? Let's say if you remove the coffee, I would be saving, like, I don't know, 700 SAR a month, which is a lot of money in a month. I agree with you. But coffee is something I enjoy. It's one of the few little things I enjoy. So I will keep buying coffee outside, guys. Sorry for that. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you find this interesting. So that's it, guys, for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So as you can see, Riyadh is not as cheap as you may think. Of course, it can be very cheap if you have like moderate spending in behavior. If you, I don't know, eat like a normal human being, which I don't, or if you decide to go for a smaller accommodation. I've decided to go for a 2-bedroom because my girlfriend will be joining me here very soon. So that means that we have our own room, and then if some family member are visiting us, we have a spare room for them. So that's why. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The idea was to give you actually how expensive Riyadh can be, right? And it can be way more expensive, guys. Let me tell you, I am, I think, a very moderate spender compared to some other people I know here. Let's put it this way. But yeah, I hope it gives you an idea of how expensive the city is, of what is it to live here, and what you can expect if you're an expat who wants to move here. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and give it a comment of what your thoughts were and what other type of video you would like to see here, guys. That was it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys into the next episode, which will be, I have no idea yet, but actually, you tell me what the next episode will be. Just comment me what you want to see here, and I'll be sharing. So guys, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you to the next one. Bye!